Well, at least for me, guys, the big question about Superman seems to have been answered. We are still getting a deluge of set pictures and new information about the character, and everything I've seen so far absolutely gives me an updated perspective on this project, and I don't really consider that a bad thing. Let's take a couple minutes to talk about what the real big question with Superman really is, and why it feels like, at least so far, James Gunn is getting that part right. Now before we do that though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. We're doing daily Marvel and DC videos and want to be your place for all the superhero news, but we're going to bring it to you truthfully and transparently so you are in the know. Well, it's been a pretty exciting week for fans of Superman, and the movie's production in Cleveland this week has been, well, not only informative, but pretty eye-opening, and it seems like James Gunn really is capturing the essence of the character. Now, for many people, myself included, the essence of Superman really emphasizes things like hope, goodness, and the power of small acts of kindness, and these are all qualities that have been central to the Man of Steel. Now, Superman has long been a symbol of hope, really representing the best humanity can aspire to be. And it seems like so far, Gunn is focusing on his Superman's unwavering optimism. Now, it appears so far this version of Superman is not a hero because of his powers, although his powers are cool, but he seems to be taking on many of the acts of goodness that make people believe in a future that's brighter and better. This is something James Gunn has mentioned is at the very core of the character and something he wanted to bring to life. So far, goodness, at least in the leaked pictures, seems to be a fundamental aspect of the character Gunn is capturing beautifully. Now, there have been many modern portrayals of superheroes that really delve into moral ambiguity, but Gunn's Superman seems to have remained steadfastly virtuous. He is a character who does the right thing because, well, it's the right thing to do, without expecting anything in return. This kind of highlights Superman's sense of justice and his commitment to using his powers, well, selflessly. And by focusing on that inherent goodness, James Gunn seems to be attempting to re-establish Superman as a paragon of virtue, reminding the audiences why the character has endured for so long. Now, recently we got a bunch of set pictures from the movie that absolutely seem to confirm this approach. We talked about this the other day, but there have been multiple pictures from the set that indicate the little things that Superman has been doing to help those around him, inspiring this hope, goodness, and acts of kindness that really have made the character endure all these decades. We all saw the picture of Superman stopping the train, something torn right from the comics. We also saw a newspaper article where Superman saved people from a collapsing building and nobody was hurt. And then, most recently, Superman flying a busload of sick children to see the pyramids in Egypt, which was a classic moment in All-Star Superman. Now, I'm sure these will just be a few examples in the final movie, but capturing these elements, James Gunn seems to have stayed true to the character's roots, but is revitalizing Superman for a new generation in a way that has absolutely worked in the past. All of this is very reminiscent of the Christopher Reeve version of the character, and several scenes in those movies where it really came down to small, intimate moments of him actually helping people. Whether it was a chemical fire or saving a cat from a tree, that Superman and seemingly this new one are heroes who embody the best of humanity and inspire us to try to do the same. This is something Gunn has said would be part of the film, and I'm really happy we're seeing that front and center in these set pictures. It shows how important the heart of the character is to connect with wider audiences. His powers are cool, and his history and nostalgia is very powerful for many fans, but it really is about the interconnectivity, and when you take a character like this and give him very grounded effects, that communicates well to the audience, and I think something that's going to completely work for this Superman, and was one of my biggest questions going into this project. Hopefully the rest of the movie is as good as all of these shots have teased. We'll have to wait and see.